Even though the season of bugs that bite is nearly over, I got bitten by the astrophotography bug on the weekend while reading through my space headlines for this fun fact. Many of you have probably already followed this, but I didn't know about it. It was news to me, and it hadn't even made it to my inbox until Friday. There is an Australian International Astrophotography contest that takes place in August, with this past August being only its third year in creation. This year there were 545 entries from 155 photographers from 35 countries on 6 different continents. That's pretty global. The judging was live streamed on YouTube, and I watched some of them, including the final video where the winners and their works were announced. I could feel the excitement, even though the contest had already closed on August 31st and the video was released 12 days ago. In the category Solar System, this stunner was my favorite, and it was in the top 5. The overall winner of that category was this next one. Other categories were deep space, astro landscape, and remote imaging. The contest really focuses on backyard astrophotography. Each entrant must use only their own equipment and editing tools that absolutely do not add any data. Any use of AI is strictly prohibited. Only the remote imaging category allows for rental equipment. The astro landscape category must be a natural landscape with nothing removed. No trees are to be edited out, and so on. This is one of the top 5. This next one was the winner. If you really zoom in, there is a tiny human on the horizon exemplifying the vastness of the universe. This is a volcanic landscape in Tenerife in the Canary Islands. The entry fee is not exorbitant, running at 100 AUD or $91 Canadian for 5 entries. And it's only 40 AUD more if you would like a written feedback on each of the 5 entries, which is a very reasonable adjudication fee. The judges were 20 of the world's greatest astrophotographers from 8 different countries. This photo of the Squid Nebula, located 2,300 light-years away from us, won Annie Shastri the Photographer of the Year and overall Best Photo. This squid-like structure is thought to be caused by the bipolar outflow of material from massive hot stars at its center. The overall winner received this cool thing, Edge HD 9.25 optical tube, number 91040, valued at $3,000 US. That's a great top prize. Even if you are not in the top 20, almost all entries receive a rating. There were 36 gold, 215 silver, and 185 bronze certificates handed out. So you know what I'm going to say next. I hope this next year, some of our amazing local astrophotographers will put it on their list to make sure to enter next year's contest. And from the perspective of making a to-do list, what are the 5 activities absolutely not permitted on the ISS? Well, number 1, no items or gadgets from home. It's not like you can pack your own luggage. All items are scrutinized. Personal items may be allowed, but not until they are thoroughly tested. Tools are standardized, and if an astronaut loses one in space, it may be 3D printed on site. This next one is a no-brainer. Absolutely no open flames, no smoking, etc. I'm sure I don't even have to explain why that's a no-no. Number 3, absolutely no tossing or throwing of any item. On Earth, tossing a pen to a friend is harmless, but on the ISS it's a different story. In the microgravity of the ISS, even the lightest objects can drift endlessly, bouncing off walls or spinning into sensitive equipment. A casual game of catch could turn into a disaster in space. The ISS is packed with wires, vents, and sensitive instruments worth millions of dollars. A floating screwdriver could block an airflow filter, or it could wedge itself into a panel, causing damage that's tricky to repair with limited resources. Number 4, no alcohol. In the Soviet era, cosmonauts sometimes carried small amounts of cognac on their missions, claiming it helped calm nerves, no doubt, and improve circulation in space. But as the technology became more complex and delicate, even Roscosmos introduced a complete alcohol ban on their mission. NASA always had a strict alcohol policy, but at one point during the '70s Skylab program, they considered sending a bottle of sherry as part of the crew's meals. However, the public backlash prevented this. On the ISS, nothing goes to waste. Every drop of water is recycled, including astronauts exhaling, and yes, what they flush. Introducing alcohol into the system would interfere with the station's filtration and recycling hardware, creating a headache for engineers. That means that not only are alcoholic drinks prohibited, but also mouthwash and aftershave that contains alcohol. And number 5. Well, you've heard of the Mile High Club. Well, there is absolutely no 248 Mile High Club. Seriously, one doesn't even really have to need high school physics to know that microgravity makes things awkward. Never mind being with coworkers 24/7 for weeks at a time. Although there does seem to be a bit of a debate in the space community, especially for those considering going to Mars. And this might be NASA's next recruitment poster.